What's going on? It's your boy God by 2009. I got another good one for y'all today. I know I've been gone for a little while. Now, I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. This particular one is going to be all about the evolution of the Scorpio. All about the evolution of the Scorpio lover. And I appreciate if y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you subscribe. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for the support of my last video. Thank you so much. I'm just getting everything straight. Try to give everybody a little time to come in. I'm just getting everything set up. Then I'm going in. But this particular one is going to be all about the evolution of the Scorpio because a lot of people go into relationships with the Scorpio, and I always talk about how it's particular Scorpios that evolve. It's different kinds of Scorpios and how different Scorpios are, and there's different levels of Scorpios. And I always tell y'all about this, but I never really go into deep detail. So this one's going to be all about the Scorpio lover. Why do we have so many different sides to us? Why, it's different pieces of us, and what does it mean? And how can you tell if the Scorpio is changing? And how can you tell what type of particular level that particular Scorpio is on? So I'm going to go into that for y'all. Y'all just give me a second to load everything up. And I appreciate all the love. I don't ever know which is the particular time is the best time, but I'm gonna jump into this one. Y'all just give me 1 second. Because I had so many different titles already written. I had so many different aspects about the Scorpio already written down. It was really hard for me this morning to really figure out how I really wanted to do that because it became extremely difficult. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, which one do I want to do? Because there's so many different topics, and I didn't want to, you know, sometimes that's the most difficult thing, which is not a bad problem, but sometimes I just want to figure out how to bring the best stuff to y'all. Let me see. Because if I feel like it might be a little too difficult for different sides to come out, then I feel like this vision is too much. Y'all let me know. Is I'm coming through clear on your side? Do y'all is the picture coming clear on your side? Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna talk about the difference between the low vibrational Scorpios and the high vibrational Scorpios and the lower level Scorpios. I'm gonna talk about all the different aspects of the evolution of the Scorpio. Just giving it some time, y'all. That's all. Cause sometimes when I have to redo videos, y'all understand that it's just little stuff that I be paying attention to. So this, hey, is everything's clear on your side? Can everybody see me very clearly? I'm trying to do this the best I can. Cause a lot of times I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times my videos I be overthinking a lot of stuff. And sometimes I appreciate the people that do show love and stuff because sometimes you don't know who really appreciates and who really don't. Because there's a lot of people that said they appreciated my stuff in the beginning that I really don't see that much no more. But I appreciate the ones that are, loyal and really show me that love. I really appreciate it because sometimes you don't know if people really appreciate what you're doing. Let me see. Give everybody a little time. I see a couple of y'all in here. Y'all in the chat. You just entered the chat room. Please make sure you like the video. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. And just like I said, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. I appreciate those who supported the last video. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this one now. It's crazy how this stuff be working, but I appreciate those who come in. I appreciate all the love and all the support. Y'all make sure y'all like is y'all into the chat room. But this one is in particular is going to be all about the evolution of the Scorpio male. And one thing you got to understand when you're dealing with a Scorpio that is different sides to us. There's not ever just one dimension. And a lot of people think when they talk about the Scorpio male, they automatically think, oh, it's only one particular kind of Scorpio. There's only the very shrewd Scorpio. There's only the very over serious Scorpio. There's only one kind, and they come to me in many different occasions and many different sides and tell me, oh, my Scorpios like this, or are you Scorpios do this, or are you Scorpios do that? And a lot of times I have to keep telling y'all doing certain videos that you probably had a low vibrational one because a lot of y'all come to me and tell me all these a lot of terrible things, and I understand there are particular Scorpios. There are the certain ones that are more shrewd. There are certain ones that are more um, have different personalities. It's different characteristics. It's different faces of Scorpio. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think it's only one dimensional when you talk about Scorpio male. And that's not the case whatsoever. Let me get, y'all give me 1 second. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I want to do this one right here. Or should I change the locations? I do appreciate the ones that have come in and showed some love. Okay, y'all showing love. Let me see who up in here. Hey, hey, Miss Matters. You got a difficult name. You always inspire me to watch your videos. I've been watching them for a good month now. I find your insights very interesting and helpful talking about Scorpio. Thank you so much. Hey, Hey, Miss Lee, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. Can you talk about the difference bitten between the low vibrationals and the high vibrations? Okay. Yes, sir. Pictures are great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Jay Bird. Hey, Natasha. Hey, everybody. Please tell me why Scorpio men are so difficult. I am about to pull my hair out dealing with my 1 minute. We are good. Yeah, and remember if you have a really deep topic, remember to hit me up and let me know what's going on with that. I appreciate all the love because a lot of times I be trying to get everything right for y'all, but it ain't easy as it looks. I really appreciate all the people for much love, all the love. I'm trying to figure out if I should switch. I think I know what I'm gonna do though, because I know sometimes I be trying to give y'all some good visuals, but sometimes it gets really difficult. But I'm gonna let it be. Let it be what it is. It is what it is. One thing you got to realize when you're dealing with the Scorpio male is different sides to us, there's different dynamics to us. And a lot of times, a lot of people come to me and they tell me, oh, my Scorpio is like this and my particular Scorpio is like this. Hey, Miss Wonder is love. Hey, Desiree Hodge. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hold on, let me make sure I say what I got to y'all first. As long as y'all enjoy it, that's all that matters. I'll do another one later on this week or whatever if I feel like it's not getting through to y'all. One thing you got to understand when you're dealing with us is different levels, is different sides to us because it all depends not just on that particular sign or it being a particular person or a particular male. You got to realize is it all depends on who that Scorpio is. It's not just based on him being a Scorpio and you automatically knowing how he's going to be. That's it's not going to work like it doesn't work like that. There's different aspects and different sides, and that just goes for anybody. But when the Scorpio is even, it's that much deeper because you got to understand. It's still he's still going to be that complex. He's still going to be that very complex individual to deal with. He's still going to be a very he's still gonna have those deep secretive sides. He's still gonna have the Scorpio silence. He's still gonna have the different dynamics to him, but it's not gonna be. They're gonna be nowhere near the same. That's why it's so many different. That's why a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people they already have their guard up or already have a certain stereotype in their head about the Scorpio male. and that's not the and that's definitely not the case. One thing that I see a couple of y'all in here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like as y'all into the chat room. I appreciate all the love. Please make sure you like as you enter the chat room. One thing you got to realize when you're dealing with us is many different sides. It's not going to just be one particular type of Scorpio. Like me, as when I was younger, when I was going through my adolescent stages, I was more leaning on the low vibrational Scorpio stages. And when as I started mature, as I started going through my different experiences and my different changes through life, that's when I started becoming the evolved Scorpio. That's when I started um, being more vibrational, and its differences you can tell because with I'm gonna start off with how can you tell? One thing you got to understand is not all Scorpios hit low vibrational. Some Scorpios never even go through the low vibrational stages. Some of them always start off as high vibrational. Some of them just evolve even more. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the ones that start off, sort of. All of us start off sort of low vibrational, but some of them are not as severe as others, and a lot of it is determined by how that Scorpio was raised. You know, how the Scorpio, what type of experiences did the Scorpio go through? You know, what type of people what that Scorpio surrounded by. Because I tell you, like I tell y'all all the time, it's not just based on it's not just based on you personally or how that Scorpio is going to come off, based on what you say, what this and that. Sometimes it could just be the background of what that Scorpio and the experiences that particular Scorpio went through, which made that Scorpio have particular personality traits. Let me see. Uh, I think I'm starting to see it a little bit now, y'all. Hold on, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to rearrange a little bit. Y'all just give me 1 second. Thank you so much. See, that's a lot better, right? See, that's a whole lot better. That is a whole lot better, y'all. Lord have mercy. Because I told y'all, like I tell y'all all the time, I got a Virgo moon, so I'm able to see stuff from a long, long distance. I can see stuff. There we go. That see, that's that. Don't that make a world of difference, y'all? I'm like, what in the world is going on? But I appreciate y'all patience. Those who's been patient. 'Cause I know some of y'all like, what the world God body doing? Because I can see things, I can see particular things, and I got a Virgo moon, so y'all know I can't really help it. I really appreciate those who like it and been patient. Thank you so much, because I can't stand it for to be looking any type of way. I really appreciate it. See, this is a lot better, right, y'all? The visuals is a whole lot better. I try to give y'all a little sunlight, but I don't know, it doesn't react good to sunlight for whatever reason. Uh, okay, here we go. It sees night and day. Thank you. I really appreciate it though. One thing you got to realize about Scorpio, man, when you're dealing with us, is it's different sides of us. Like me in particular, I was more of a low vibrational, not because I was necessarily a bad person. And that's not saying any of my necessarily coming in, as bad people, but it's a lot of certain circumstances Scorpio got to go through. Being very introverted and very silent most of the time, especially beginning of our life stages in the early parts of our life. We are very silent. We don't do that much talking. Me personally, I was able to be more high vibrational as a youth, but at the same time, I hadn't had certain experiences yet. I hadn't understood. I still didn't realize how to really communicate and trust people at that point because I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't, a lot of Scorpios when they're going through their low vibrational stages, it's a lot of them find it. A lot of the more low vibrational Scorpios are more prone to not saying anything whatsoever. A lot of those lower excuse me, a lot of the lower vibrational Scorpios are more prone to anger and more quicker to rage because of difficulties with communicating, with trusting people, with trying to find the right person to be around, with finding the right person that we can trust and communicate with. A lot of times this becomes extremely difficult for us, and a lot of times it brings this darker personality in us, and a lot of times during our youth stages we're a lot more prone to being alone, being by ourselves. That's when you'll see that in the low vibrational Scorpio, you'll see he's more prone to um being by himself. He's more prone to um lashing out, more prone to not being very trustful. You know what I'm saying? More prone to being more silent because the more silent the Scorpio is, the more you probably would have to worry about. And I'm not saying at all times. We do have our times. We do have our certain occasions and our certain sides to us where we become more, eager to talk and more eager to open up. But we do have our sides where we are very closed in. We become very untrusting. We push people away, and we have this burst of rage because a lot of times we're very complex. We're extremely very complex, and a lot of people don't understand us. You know what I'm saying? And certain Scorpios, they when they're not evolved or not mature yet, they take certain things a certain way because just like I said, we do have time when we disappear, but there's a time where Scorpio is being silent where it could be because of certain low vibrational traits because instead of you know going into a more communicative, being more communicative and being more social and trying to figure things out and get see what's really going on with our partner, see what's really happening with our partner, see if our partner really understands us. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't realize that in our low vibrational stages, it's hard for a Scorpio to see that okay, there are people that will listen. There are people that understand us. That we can open up to. We can't open up to every last person. We already know that, but there are one or two. There are a handful of people that we can open up ourselves to. But when we're coming up from our low vibrational stage, that a particular Scorpio won't open up to anybody. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my more immature stages, I didn't really trust anybody. I didn't really trust too many as much as any female. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really let nobody in, and I didn't and realize a lot of times, just like they say, the Scorpio almost destroys itself in the process of trying to thinking they're really saving themselves, but we're kind of destroying ourselves. It was kind of doing that same thing because since I wasn't able to open up to people, since I wasn't able to trust, a female in order to, have girlfriend when I was younger, a lot of things was a lot more difficult. A lot of things took a little bit longer to to get a grasp on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things were a lot more strenuous. A lot of things were a lot more darker because I only opened up to one or two people. A lot of times when you talk about a low vibrational Scorpio, we are not prone. We do not open up to people at all. And the thing that really killed me was I wasn't. I would only open up, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I would only open up to like older people. I would only open up to elders. A lot of times a Scorpio, when we going through our stage, we will only open up to older people. We won't open up to a lot of the people our age, which is not a bad thing, which is not a bad thing whatsoever. But it made it difficult for me to network because when you young and you in your more low vibrational stages, you think, okay, giving everybody a certain stiff arm, people that don't really match with you is will make it easier for you. Or staying isolated to a extreme will make life a lot more easier for us. But I didn't realize at that point that networking and socializing and making and befriending people and dating and things like that. I dated or whatever, but I could have found a lot more better people if I was more open to being more open to more people. By me, by us as Scorpios in our more low vibrational stages when we are closed minded and we don't really try to look at everybody in the big picture. We only date only particular people. We only surround ourselves with certain people. You know what I'm saying? And it made it a lot more difficult. It made it a lot more difficult because I found myself only surrounded by not saying I love my I never wanted y'all to think I'm never bashing nobody that I came up with my family or nothing, but yeah, I was only surrounded by certain family members. I was only surrounded by certain people from different environments. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize it make your world that much smaller. It makes your world extremely small. It makes everything extremely difficult. It makes everything extremely strenuous because you're only getting a one dimensional type of lifestyle. You're only getting a one dimensional way of looking at things because I was only surrounded by a certain kind of people. I was only hearing a certain one dimensional side of opinions. So when you talk about a Scorpio in the beginning stages and his low vibrational stages, we're not very prone to open up. We're more shrewd. We do have that almost that grouchy old man mentality where we're not really trying to open up. We're not really trying to try new things. It was very hard for me to change up certain things about myself to a certain extent. Even as far as me growing out my hair and doing things like that, like I would when and you think a low vibration Scorpio, they're gonna always they always trying to they since they low vibration, they're gonna be bossing around. But no, that's not all what low vibrational is about. Low vibrational can be I was letting other people have certain controls and certain say so's that they shouldn't have in my and when it come to my life, when it came to my everything. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about low vibrational Scorpio, it could be a man that a Scorpio that can be almost a mute. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had that inner strength and we had that inner courage in us to face anybody and stand up to anybody, it becomes and when you're in your low vibrational stage, we are so nervous and so hell bent on not trying to rub people the wrong way and not getting into trouble and we really overthink. Think about this. Think about it like this. When you think about a low vibration Scorpio, think about take all the pros and all the cons of our characteristics and decrease them 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? If whatever strong personality trait we have is going to be that much lower, not non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Um, when you in the low vibrational Scorpio stage, you will find yourself like when you're dealing with low vibe. That's when you're dealing with the man that's gonna be more prone for revenge and looking for the worst side and things because back then I wasn't on that, type of time where where I'm able to express myself, where I'm able to, open up to different people, where I'm able to look at things from an eagle's eye view and really take the time to observe it. And that's why I tell y'all when the Scorpio goes into a silent mode and disappears sometime, just like for a second, I go to a silent period for a second. Now I ain't talking about no real long time or nothing. I'm talking about just have our silent periods or whatever. A lot of times it's because we want to gather ourselves. A lot of times we don't want to become these low vibrational individuals where people don't understand us, where we come off as being crazy, where we come off as being, extra, ordinary. But we take the time because we know that we have these outbursts of personalities, but in our low vibrational stage, a Scorpio, he's not going to take that time to really look at things at the big picture. When you talk about us in our stages where we mature, we only see things one way, you know, only one way, and that's it. We're not really trying to, do any type of talking. We're not trying to do any of that type of conversing with different people. We're not in that type of stage. Like I used to have like a real deep rage, in my younger stages, especially, and you will really see it during the Scorpio teenage years. You will really see that low vibrational Scorpio try to come out. It will almost be balancing itself and bouncing up and down, because during my Scorpio adolescent years, that's when I was more low vibrational. That's when I was more prone to doing, a bunch of ruthless things and constantly stinging people because a lot of times the more low vibrational Scorpio is not very it doesn't haven't reached his wise but his wisdom. He hasn't reached his potential. So a lot of times we would do stuff just out of reaction, just out of curiosity. You know how most individuals, you deal with most teenagers, they might experiment, go around and stuff, but we live at when Scorpios, when we're going through our crazy stages, what people call low vibrational lizard stages, like we will sting all over the place. We will we will crash through things and fight and you know what I'm saying, and look for revenge, and we you the word for it is we're very, during the lizard stage of the Scorpio, it's more, you're more prone to being low vibrational. That's when the Scorpio, you'll see a Scorpio hanging out with a bunch of, low lives. That's when you see the Scorpio doing, abusing alcohol more, during my low vibrational stages. That's when, I was prone to, just wild out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a malicious individual. I wasn't an evil individual, but I was prone to having my sides. You know what I'm saying? And don't think just because they're in the lizard stage of a Scorpio that they're automatically evil or they're automatically mean. I did have a very kind heart, during my lizard stage, but I was more prone to fighting. I was more prone to losing my temper. Like I wasn't the type of person to foresee what's the road up ahead. When you're going through a low vibrational Scorpio stage, you don't care. It's like we're the type of people that will fight with two classmates in the classroom and get suspended for the rest of the year in order to prove our point, in order to, what I'm saying? We don't think, hey, it's gonna hold you back. Hey, it's gonna bring your grades down. Or hey, it's gonna make life more difficult for you. During the low vibrational stages, it's like it's like every man for itself. It's almost like that. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It's almost like that. I can't even put the words into it. Have you ever seen the movie The Outsiders with I can't think of the actors in it. I think it was Patrick Swayze. You ever seen the movie The Outsiders and how they were all crazy? They were drinking, smoking cigarettes, and just wilding out, just doing mischievous things in order to get past the next day. Like that's the type of individuals a low vibration Scorpio is like it was hard for me to reach out to it. It's crazy, but I was more expendable to it. I was more approachable in my low vibrational stages as far as low vibrational people. Like during our low vibrational stages, we'll let anybody, you'll see that's the type of Scorpio, we'll let anybody hang around. We'll have we always have a unique choice of friends and a unique choice of doing things and a weird way of doing things. But in the low vibrational stages, I keep I'm gonna keep ruthless. I'm gonna keep ruthless Reginald around me. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep cutthroats around me. I'm gonna keep hard heads around me because I didn't care. When you're in a low vibrational stage, you don't care. We just care about how we come across and what type of impact we leave. And when you're in the low vibrational Scorpio stages, we don't care if it's a negative impact or is it a wonderful impact. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, and that especially if you going to talk about Scorpio that been through bad experiences, I had bad experiences during his early part of his life. It will push him towards being a low vibrational Scorpio even more until he breaks out of it, until he starts to evolve. And that's what I had to go through as an adolescent, as a teenager, because I was the type of person that just do whatever. I was just low vibrational Scorpio don't have no qualms. It's I'm trying to put it in words. It's like how in the song he said, "You leave your drink around me, your drink gonna get drunk up." You know what I'm saying? You leave your shirt around me, your shirt gonna get your shirt gonna get taken. You leave your keys around me, I'm gonna start unlocking stuff. If you talk crazy about me, I'm gonna make sure you have a bad reputation. Like I was that. Like if you did something to me, I would hit you hard back. I would try to hit you 100 times as hard, even if you didn't mean it. Like when you're in the low vibrational Scorpio stages, we are more into reacting more than thinking. It's more about reaction. It's more about the seeing the other person, getting what they deserve, so to say. You know what I'm saying? We more of we really hell bent on revenge when we in the low vibrational Scorpio stages. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Scorpio you'll see doing different things. That's the one you'll see that will be more quicker to talk. A low vibrational is Scorpio is quicker to sting and get back at you. That's why I tell y'all, when you're dealing with a Scorpio that's in a more high vibrational mode, that's in the Phoenix mode, don't take it for granted, because if he's at the point where he's listening to you, if he's even at the point where he's letting you speak your mind in any kind of way, if he's letting you speak your mind and you know you kind of being overboard, do not take that for granted, because a low vibration Scorpio will hit you where it hurts, will hurt your feelings, will cut you off, and not listen to you. A low vibrational Scorpio don't care what heart you coming from, or what mind state you in, or what your intentions are. If we feel like you're attacking us in the low vibrational stage, you will get attacked in that same way. He will not try to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? A low vibrational Scorpio is going to be the type that's going to he's the type that will disappear for months at a time. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's always undeserved either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about if you didn't do anything whatsoever, he'll be the type to disappear for months at a time. A low vibrational Scorpio, like, just like I said, it's not always undeserved, but it does. Just like I told y'all in my last video, there's no need for it to take it to certain measures. But when you in the low vibrational Scorpio stage, we'll take things to that level. We'll cross those lines to the point of no return. We'll burn those bridges. We'll wild out. We'll show our whole. We'll pull our whole deck of cards. Like, don't think because it's a low vibrational Scorpio, he's gonna be crazy, or he's not smart or anything. He's very wise, but at the same time, he uses it for the wrong reasons. A low vibrational Scorpio is just looking for people to slice up. You know what I'm saying? Just looking for people to run into and have clashes and have altercations with. You know what I'm saying? When you wake up when you a low vibrational Scorpio, you wake up trying to breathe dysfunction, try to breathe drama. Like, we'll jump right in the middle of the battlefield just because, you know what I'm saying? Because we feel like that's what we were made for. We feel like, is we look for the worst parts of things. We look for the darkest parts of things, and if we learn to live, because we think that's us. You know what I'm saying? When we in that stage. And let me see who up in here. Y'all make sure y'all like the video as you come in. Make sure you show some love and donate if you can. I'm gonna put my links in right quick, then I'm gonna read your questions. But yeah, when I was going through my stages, I was, I just had a harsh, shrewd way of looking at things. Like, I wasn't trying to look at the positive side of people. Like, I only seen a lot of negative sides of people, during my childhood years. So at that point, when I was going through my low vibrational lizard stages, I was just ready to just choke out and just lash out that same emotions. That's what a lot of times a lot of other Scorpios will get a bad name or a bad rap, because they think they'll put us all into that same bowl. They put us all into that same picture. And that's not who all Scorpios are. That's not who we all are. There's different kinds of Scorpios, because a lot of times during that stage, we're looking to lash out all the bad energy, all the toxic energy, all the evil experience that we've been given, that's been pushed upon us, all the stuff that people done to us. Is like we're lashing out that energy. And don't think because we're lashing out that energy, we don't look for unsuspecting victims and stuff. We lash out that energy on people that's already lashed that energy out on us, because we're still in that revengeful mind state. So during my teenage years, I was thinking a lot of people that had stung me during my childhood years, I was just stinging them. I was letting them have it. You ever seen Cell? You ever watched the Dragon Ball Z? And when they had this is more for probably like my younger viewers or whatever. But you ever seen the Cell when it was a character called Cell, and he had like a tail or whatever, and he'll pick his victims up by their back and suck them dry. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I wanted my enemies to be lifeless. Like, I wanted to suck them dry. All the energy they sucked out of me, I wanted that energy to be sucked out of them, because I was still in that immature mindset. I was still in that I want them to feel what I feel. I want their feelings to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times, some Scorpios never grow out of that mindset. That's why I say a lot of y'all be telling me some crazy stories, and a lot of times that's because the Scorpio, he hasn't grown. He hasn't got over that. He hasn't got over his early part of his life. He never wised up. Some people never mature, whether it's a Scorpio, whether it's a Libra, or whether it's a Taurus or whatever. If they not maturing, they not gonna mature. Don't think it's just low level Scorpios. There's low level Aquariuses. There's low level everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't think it's just one dynamic. Let me see. So when you talk about Scorpio, man, don't just be like, oh, I heard about Scorpios. Don't try to hold your head up and beat on your chest because I told you about low level Scorpios, and you think you're Scorpio. Don't think that you don't fall under a low level either, because you might be a low level yourself. You might be a low level Taurus. You might be a low level Libra. You might be a low level Sagittarius. You might be a low level Capricorn. It depends on where your mindset. And don't think because you have acquired a certain wealth, are you acquired a certain position, you feel you acquired a certain age, that you're not low level. That has nothing that has absolutely nothing to do with it, because I've seen plenty of people on different levels, people with nothing that are immature. I've seen people with a whole lot that's immature. So don't think because you feel that you fall under a certain category that you are exempt. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have nothing. If you haven't wised up, if you haven't matured, then you are still on a low level in your thing, and you attract who you are. Absolutely. You know, that's why a lot of when the Scorpio gets to a point and level where we are mature, where we are wised up, are going into the ego, to the Phoenix level. That's why a lot of times we won't waste time with low vibrational females. We won't waste time with low vibrational individuals, with low vibrational dudes, because we've been there and done that. By that time, we have already shared it, our cocoon or whatever. We already came from the fire or whatever. And what I mean by the fire, it's just like if we are becoming renewed, and everything that goes through the fire is like we let go everything that was holding on, all the stuff that was low vibrational, all the attitudes, the characteristics, all the people, low vibrational friends. They could be family, and this the thing that really shocks people about us. This the really thing that really gets us into a lot of trouble. A lot of times is because we don't pick favorites. A lot of people think, a lot of people, take the Scorpio and get mad at him because they think, oh, he picks on, the people that are with him. Nah, we don't pick on anybody. We don't leave nobody exempt. You know, when we cut off people and evolve into our more high level stages of Phoenix, we're not looking for picks. It could be our brother, it could be our sister, it could be our mother, and we feel like they are an older part of us and they're ripping us down. They're not ready for our growth. They're trying to stunt our growth. They're trying to block our growth. Then that's when we will cut them off. During the evolution of the Scorpio, you will see the Scorpio start to back away from different things. You will see the Scorpio start to change immensely. You will see him start to be like me, start to become more sociable. You will see him start to become more friendlier, be more open to trying new things. You will see him trying to find one a woman that to be with, because when we get to that point where we want to find, somebody be with, because we know we have a lot of different sides to us. We know we have uh a lot in us. We just like we had this, like, that's like I always tell y'all, we have this passionate, very strong energy. We have a lot of love. We have a lot of sensual nature. We have a lot of different pieces of our personality. So we want to find, like, when a Scorpio is mature, we want to find that woman that got her head together. We want to find a woman that already have a mature mindset, that's already outside the box. We'll look for that woman. During the more low vibrational Scorpio stages, we just looking for, you will find that Scorpio that's more, that like being in the strip club, that like living in the strip clubs, that like living in the nightclubs, that like, you know, doing all types of crazy wild stuff. Because one thing about Scorpio, we don't like to hear about life. And this is another reason Scorpio, you might see a Scorpio going through different stages. We're not the type of individuals that like to read about life. We don't like to see movies about life. We like to actually live life. We don't observe life. We live it. We grab it with both hands and we live it. So when you're dealing with us, you got to understand that you're dealing with a person that want to see things firsthand. So a lot of times you could say a lot of times a Scorpio will go through a low vibrational stage just for experiment, not to sting nobody, not to be evil to nobody, but a lot of times Scorpio will do it just for the experience, to say that we did it, to say that we lived it, to say that we've been there and done that. And that's why a lot of times when you meet a Scorpio that's mature, that's loving, you know what I'm saying? It's because he already been there and done that. We already seen it. We already been through the crazy women. We been through the ruthless people. We done fought. We done had our wars. We done been through it all at that point. So if he's at the point where he's being patient with you, when you know you being a chatterbox, when you know you might be at times being, over the top, it's not because he don't know what to say to you. It's not because he's trying to appear as being soft. It's because we've been there and done that. You got to understand, once you meet a mature Scorpio, a evolved Scorpio, you got to understand that he's been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all of them. It's not all of us. You got Scorpio. I told y'all it's all based on background. It's all based on background. It's certain people that never been through anything. It's certain Scorpios that may have never been through anything, and they stay in that same position. They stay in that same, immaturity. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna see what y'all saying. Hello, Ish. Yeah, thank you so much for y'all being. Hey, Ela. Hey, Ela. Naria. Hey, Sky 11 Hook. I put my links in. Y'all make sure y'all donate. Show some love if you can. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Shata Singh. Uh, Let me see. Hello. Thank you so much, Desiree. I really appreciate it. Hey Nina, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, Nina definitely put my links in also. Thank you so much. Let me see. Yep, lighting is better. Yeah, I just wanted to change the light and make sure it was a lot better because I don't know why it just don't react good in the sun. That's why I told y'all I'm gonna start doing more uploads and things of that nature. But I really appreciate those who've been patient. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Wonders love. We a lot of times we it's hard for us to trust people. That's the enormous part for us because like I tell y'all, it's very hard for us to open up and to trust people because it's so many ridiculous people out here, especially in the world that we live in now. It's just so many untrustworthy people out here. It's like one minute you're telling somebody something, next minute they're broadcasting it on social media, on some Facebook posts. One minute a lot of people can't even give to the a lot of people don't even give to the homeless without posting it in front of 100,000 people trying to make themselves look good. I try to make themselves look like they're some type of humanitarian. It's like, how can I trust you? You can't even you don't even I can't trust people like that. It's a whole lot of it's a lot of people like that in this world today that we live in, and it's hard. And I even today, it's like I only trust only a few. But I learned, and as I evolved into my Phoenix stage, I learned that I can trust people of the same vibration. I can trust people of the same mindset, of a wise, mature mindset. I can let those type of individuals in, but those people that are still in that low dimensional stages, those people that are still worried about the smaller things in life, those people that can't see the bigger picture, those the individuals that when we in the lizard stage, those are the individuals that we sting. Don't think that because he's in the that he's in the lizard stage, even if he's in a teenager or a kid or whatever. Don't think that he's just gonna lash out at good people. He's looking just for good. No, we looking for low vibrational people to really get at. Like when we in a low vibrational stage, we are looking for low vibrational people to get at, to sting, to suffocate, to whatever, because we feel that it's more than deserved. Like when I was work, boy, I was a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? I was a tyrant when I was on my low vibrational binge. I was a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? When you dealing with a low vibration Scorpio, they're not weak nonetheless, but at the same time, you do have ones that are a certain kind of way. But me personally, I was a tyrant, but at the same time, I was still, you know what I'm saying, I was still changing, I was still evolving, because like I told y'all, I was raised and I hung around older people and older crowds. So I was evolving. I was getting to the point where I was stuck in between, where I wanted to be low vibrational, because believe it or not, whether people want to ever admit it or not, blame the Scorpio or not blame the Scorpio, you got to understand that it's easier to blend into this world and be accepted amongst this world being a lizard. It's easier going on your daily life and blending in as a lizard, because most of the people that roam this planet is lizards. Most of them are low vibrational. Most of them are greedy. Most of them are selfish. A lot of them are evil. I'm just telling like it is. I'm telling you, I gotta go Scorpio. I gotta tell it like it is. And it was a lot easier for me to blend in when I was low vibrational. It was a lot easier for me to blend in when I was stupid, when I was short sighted, when I was immature, because you blend in. You got a lot of things in common. People blend in when they have a lot of things in common, correct? So if the majority of the world is stupid and evil and wicked, if you will blend right in, you'll fit right on in, like, oh, happy family. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to read, when you start to grow, when you start to wise, when you start to experience, when you start to travel, when you start to experience, then you will realize you don't fit into that realm. You know what I'm saying? You won't match well with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I started. That's where the problem where a lot of Scorpios evolving, because it's a lot easier for them to stay a lizard. They're a lot more easier. They blend in a lot easier as lizards. A lot of people don't try us when we're in our lizard stage. A lot of people don't. People don't try us when we in our Phoenix stage, but we get more tried. We get tried more in our Phoenix stage, because people can sense our spirit. People see that we're in a transitioning position, that we're changing, that we're a lot more calm, that we're a lot more patient, that we have a lot more coolness about us, and we're not really trying to go across nobody's head, or we're not trying to hurt feelings. It's like they can sense that. So it's like we get attacked a lot more when we in a more laid back state of mind. And that's why a lot of times it's hard for that Scorpio to grow. It's easier for him to stay low vibrational, because we're dwelling in a society where it's a lot more low vibrational people. When you talk about high vibrational individuals of any sign, it's a extremely small fraternal circle. It's not a lot of people that you're going to be able to see that's going to understand what you're saying. Even if you sit there face to face with them alone, a lot of people, they just do not get the real side of life. They don't understand the high vibrational parts of life. They don't understand that it's easier to love than to war. They don't understand these things. They don't understand communicating, networking. They don't understand traveling. They don't want to hang outside their family circles, or hang outside people that they've been hanging around with 20 years. They don't want to stop doing the same thing they've been doing for 20 years. They want to stay in the box. And when a Scorpio, when we're busting out, that's when we have a lot of problems, when we going through that high vibrational stage, because we have to turn down and back away from so many people that we love, and so many people that we grew up around, so many people that we appreciated, because we realize we're never going to be on the same vibrational level where we can see eye to eye. We're never going to be able to understand one another. You know what I'm saying? He want to hang around Sloppy Joe and hang and you know what I'm saying, and do the same stupid stuff we were doing when we were 16. No offense to nobody, but he wants to he still want to ride around and listen to trap music all day. He still want to his whole he think his whole life and his whole existence is wearing a name brand. What I'm saying, I'm having a certain material item. That type of mindset is a stagnant mindset. That type of mindset is never going to grow, and we see that. What I'm saying, and that's why a lot of Scorpio we start going to a lot of confrontation with a lot of people when we evolving, because we are we are think about how fast the eagle take off when they take off in the sky. That's how fast we take off, and at the same, and a lot of people are not going to like that. A lot of people are going to look at you from a distance, and they're not going to understand you, because they still sitting on the ground pecking with the chickens. You up in the mountains, you soaring, excelling through enormous heights. They still on the ground picking bird feed with the chickens. They still want to sit on the grocery store. They still want to sit at Walmart and poop on people's heads. Like they still want to hang out with the big crowds. They still want to peck for breadcrumbs, just pecking away. They still pecking at breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? So we realized that we have to cut a lot of people off once we start to evolve, because we realize they either gonna grow. That's one thing about us. We see the whole picture when we evolve. We see where it's going. We see where it's not going. That's why a lot of times we will get impatient, even with when we get in the high vibrational stage, because we don't want anything to remind us of any of the low vibrational characters. But at the same time, be patient and be understanding with them, because we're not trying to lash out. It's just that anything that reminds us of being of a low vibrational past, anything that reminds us that's going to stagnate us, that's going to try us, belittle us, we are really quick to turn off. We are really quick to backpedal, because we feel like once we see a person, and that's how a lot of people are. Once you see a person for what they are, that's who they are. A lot of people are not going to change. A lot of people don't want to evolve. A lot of people are happy staying in the same place. So we realize, like, as we start to mature, that give people time. Some people just need time, just like we needed time to evolve. It didn't happen overnight. So we have to realize it's the same thing. It's the same argument. A lot of people, it's going to take time. It's not just going to happen overnight. They're going to have to learn a lot of things. They're going to have to learn the real nature of people. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to learn how dark this world really is, and realize that we can overcome that darkness if we look in a more high vibrational mindset, in the more high vibrational spirit. You know what I'm saying? But until then, if they still stuck in the same, we become very impatient. We almost shut down, even in the Phoenix level. Like, we will shut down. Like, we do not like anything reminding us of our past. We do not like people trying to bring the worst out of us, even if they do it unintentionally. We will shut down. That's why sometimes you will see a Scorpio shut down. You will see a Scorpio gather itself, because if we feel like we're backpedaling into a low vibrational mindset or low vibrational stage, we will stop everything, and we will take time to gather ourselves, take time to rebuild ourselves. Let me see what's going on in here. Uh, Scorpio people may look like unstable and changing continuously, unstable and changing continuously, but all they want is stability. Yeah, absolutely. And familiarity is all about trust. Absolutely. You got it. You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head, Shata. Like, we want stability, and we want somebody that we can trust, somebody that we can be familiar with. We don't want somebody that's going to change like a change like the weather. You know what I'm saying? We don't want somebody that's going to continuously change like the weather. We like somebody that's consistent. That's why you might see a Scorpio with a different type of person, with a more mature, person or older person, because we want somebody that have a certain understand about themselves. Because when you date a lot of women when they're younger, they don't have a real deep understanding of what life is. Some of them do, because they say women mature faster than a man, but from where I see it, a lot of times you won't see, like, they still be stuck in the same mindset, when they're younger. But when you talk about older women, they are in a more of a mindset where they found themselves, so to say. They have a more they on the same level where Scorpio is, because I told you we age in dog years. We age like dogs in dog years, not in the physical standpoint, but in the spiritual. Like, we like, you talk about a 13-year-old Scorpio is like talking to a 21-year-old. You see what I'm saying? We age times two. So put it like that. So, because if you underestimated anything else, he will really surprise you, because we're extremely mature, and that's why a lot of times it's hard for us to find common ground with people of our age group. It's hard for us to, because a lot of people in my age group, they still think socializing is posting a bunch of stupid, senseless, idiotic stuff on Facebook is actually socializing. They think, DMing is actually socializing. You know what I'm saying? They think going to Florida is actually traveling. You know what I'm saying? They think going to California is traveling. You know what I'm saying? It's like their mindset is still in a box. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times you will see a Scorpio male, or you see a Scorpio woman date older people, date older women, date older men, because we're looking for somebody in the same spiritual mindset, in the same maturity that we are. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to find a woman that's, what I'm saying, that's, no offense to nobody, that's listening to this crap they got today. Like, I need some. I don't need person that's listening to the common stuff and doing the same common stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen to the OJs. I want to watch. I want to watch. I want to watch Harry Belafonte. I want to watch old school. I want to watch Soul Train. I don't want to look at. I don't want to look at no trap rappers. I want to look at the. I want to look at the Delphonics. I want to listen to Natalie Cole. I want to listen to Nat King Cole. I don't want to do that. I want to go outside. I don't want to sit in the house all day. I want to. That's the type of mindset that we are. You know what I'm saying? That's when you see a Scorpio changer. We embrace all our personalities. We embrace all our strengths. When you talk about a low vibration Scorpio, that'll be a type of individual that will embrace. Oh yeah, we love that, because to me those three artists that you just named are very, yeah, to me, they all those artists that you just named are old. To me, all of those artists had old souls. Aaliyah, Nas, Tupac, all those people had old souls, so they weren't really the average artist. You know what I'm saying? We all know the case with some of them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them grew up faster than others. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All those artists grew up really fast. The Whispers, oh yeah, I love the Whispers. That's the type of individuals that we are. When you talk about Scorpio, you got to understand that he's different. Don't think that he's trying to be nasty. Understand that he's different. We want to listen to the Whispers. We want to rock steady. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We want to get you in the mood. We don't want to. We can get with the new stuff. You can bounce around, twerk, and do all that good stuff. That's cool. But I want a two step. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen to Johnny Guitar Watson. I want to listen to. I want to go stepping. You know what I'm saying? I want to put some old head shoes on and go stepping. I want to put a suit on with my hat cocked to the side. That's just the type of individuals that we are. We're very, very different. We're very different. We're very much different individuals. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all into the chat room. Y'all make sure y'all show some love, donate, all that good stuff if you can. I love y'all. Thank you so much. The evolution of Scorpio is mystical and magical, absolutely, because a lot of times you don't see it coming. And the crazy thing about me is when I was going through my deepest part of my evolution around, I say 2000, it was these last couple of years have been the most enormous part of my Phoenix level, because during 2014, that's when I felt like I was hitting the Phoenix. That's when I first started hitting that Phoenix level. And it was crazy because I had to go to school. So I was put in a situation where I had to deal with the most low vibration, the most craziest situations, some of the most wildest situations. All of it wasn't, it wasn't bad, but it was like, dad, they trying to drag me back, man. I'm trying to not do this. I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying not to put myself in this low vibrational mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I really want to go into more harsh detail, but I might tell y'all a little bit. How you go in school, you being, especially when you got a mindset like mine, you mature and you older. It's like you being everything. All the worst stuff is just streaming on top of your head. You got all the craziness, all your homeboys want you to do this and go this way and do that. And I was in this position where I started listening to classical music. I'm listening to classical music. I'm not watching TV no more. I wasn't doing no social media. I didn't go on Facebook for like 2 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like they were looking at me like like they love me. It's crazy because I was in the strongest point. I had a very strong influence of my peers and the guys under me, but they was like what's going on with you, man? You an old head or something? You about 70 years old, ain't you? Like what's going on? But at the same time, I was maturing. I was in my cocoon. I was like, nah, y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, and it was crazy. It was hard. It was really, really hard because I wanted to have fun and I want to do certain things, but I realized if I would have went back, I would have never grew. I would have, because that was my foundation. That was like the I don't know what the word for it is. It's so many words I can use for it. It was just that defining stage of my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's goes with a lot of Scorpios. We have a very hard time because we're being. That's why a lot of times you will see a Scorpio, you be like, he was doing so good, and then next minute, he's being different because you got to understand. A lot of times, Scorpio, he's don't mean he's not trying to pull your wool over your eye. He's not trying to do none of that. But it could be a friend that's calling him on the other line that he ain't seen in 10 years. That's telling him, "Oh, you maturing. You got a woman. You thinking outside the box, traveling, going. You know what I'm saying? That's cool and everything, but you ain't go to the. What about the parties? What about the clubs? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's that got to do with traveling? What about the women out there? Is the women look good? I'm like, but what about the agriculture? What about the culture? What about the people? What about the language barriers? What about the 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 weather? You know what I'm saying? What about the artifacts? You know what I'm saying? What about the natural resources? Like yeah, their mind's still stuck in going to a club and drinking till they drop. You know what I'm saying? And he talking to your Scorpio man. He's trying to put these things into his ear, and sometimes a Scorpio will get confused. It's like, damn, am I doing the right thing? Am I stunting my? Am I cutting off my own youth? Because a lot of times we grow up so fast and we mature so fast. Is the Scorpio will bounce in between because it's like, do I feel comfortable? Do you know what I'm saying? Where do I feel comfortable at? Because it's like we know that we feel comfortable in a maturing stage, but it's like it's easier to fit in amongst, just like I said, amongst low vibrational, doing low vibrational things. That's why I tell y'all, when you met a mature Scorpio, try to embrace that, try to appreciate that, because that's not every day you meet a mature Scorpio. It's not every day you meet a Scorpio that has his mind, his head on straight. It's not every day that you meet an individual like that. That's how I tell y'all, when y'all watch my videos, understand that you're not going to see this because most Scorpios don't do no talking. I'm in a rare place in my life where I figure out, all Scorpio, the real mature Scorpios get to this point, but some of them do it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do it and definitely do it in enormous different ways. So, because like I told y'all, it's gonna get to the point y'all not gonna see me on no Facebook. Y'all not gonna see God body, doing that type of stuff. Let me see. That's why I tell y'all see me up there. If y'all see me on God Body on Facebook or whatever, don't take it for granted because one day you'll see me up there and the next day you won't ever see me up there because that's how fast we grow. We catapult to where we trying to go. We don't just move gradually and ease. We just boom, we take off into our next dimension. We don't give anybody warnings. We don't make any excuses. We don't apologize. We evolve. We grow, and we shed people and old things like old skin. Because a hard part for Scorpio when it comes to evolving is that we try to take people along with us. We try to hang out in the same old places. We try to hang out with family members. We try to blend in. We try to do things that we know that we don't do no more. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we're trying to take the old skin. It's like we trying to hold on. Y'all gonna make me make an example. Y'all gonna make me. I don't know. Y'all always making me do something. I'm gonna blame it on y'all. It's like, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all an example. It's I couldn't y'all look. I tried to find it. I tried to find it. I was trying to find my old hat for y'all. I was gonna put on my old hat for y'all, man. I was gonna do a little something for y'all, but I'm gonna do it in one of my next videos. It's like it's like we trying to wear an old hat or some old clothes, and we can't fit. It's like you trying to. It's like you shedding your fur and trying to pick the old fur up and put it back on you. It's like we trying to wear old skin that we done shed already. We're trying to fit in, and that's impossible. And when you try to fit in old skin and you try to fit in old places where you don't belong no more, it creates havoc. It creates problems. It creates enormous catastrophic situations because your mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? These individuals are not able to manhandle you or muscle you around no more. These individuals are not able to manipulate you. These individuals are not able to keep you under their elbow. I keep you under their arm. I put you into a box. You know what I'm saying? People, I realize in this world, like people love having individuals around them where they can, you know what I'm saying? They can muscle like when a Scorpio is going to our evolution stage and when we're growing, we like individuals that bring out the best of us, that bring out our strengths, that brings us into a whole new level. You know what I'm saying? Those are we like powerful. We like people with powerful auras, with powerful natures, with powerful mindsets, with indestructible, spirits, with people with strong spirits, people with strong pieces of their characteristics. Even if they're quiet and have a quiet nature, they still have this inner strength. Whether it's very loving, whether it's very being very loyal. We look for these strength, these strong strengths. With they're very trusting. A person that's very, what I'm saying. We love people with extremely strong characteristics. Even people be like, whoa, that person is over the top. Other people in the outside world is not going to understand that, and it's hard for us when we're first going into the ego stage. It's hard for us to get to that part because we it's hard for us to realize that people don't want to see you change. People don't want us to see us evolve. In the beginning of our stages, the same people that was tearing us down, that were pointing the fingers at us during our lizard stages. Once we start to evolve and change for the better and try to show them a better, it's like they reject that. They reject us, and that's a lot of times it's very hard for the Scorpio to deal with because we love people. We are very loving individuals. Cardinal, hey, Joy Overton. Yeah, I got a Cardinals jersey. Hey, Wayne, my boy Wayne Jasper. Hey, Goddess, I love that movie. The Outsiders. Absolutely. Let me see. I got tired of everything being wrong with me and not them. I got tired of the fat comments or is wrong with you because I don't think how they think. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just catching up on y'all comments. Forever evolving. You ain't work. Hey, God body. Hey, everyone. Working. Got a 10-minute for Take This Wisdom. Thank you so much. I'm glad you came in. Serene Joy. Right. I'm reading right now. Out with it. Oh, okay. Napoleon Hill. Okay. Uh, Not pecking with the chickens. I spit out. Oh, you crazy, Desiree. Don't pay me no mind. Uh, True. I'm 5 years older than my Scorpio. Yeah, lot of us we do look for a woman, even if she's not older than us. We like a woman that have a strong mindset. Even when I did the younger one, even when I had a younger woman or whatever, if I or whatever, she had to have a certain mindset. She had to have a strong mindset. When I dated a woman that was younger, she always stand out amongst her peers. She's the strongest amongst her crowd. She's the most outspoken amongst her crowd. She's the it girl. A lot of times the Scorpio, not that we try to get the it girl. A lot of times we do get the it girl because of our strong personalities, because we don't look at anybody or put anybody on unnecessary pedestals, because we do make the woman that we with look us straight in the eyes, because we humble them down to a certain level that most men can't, that most men don't have the respect in order to. Like we bring them down to the natural level. We bring them down to make them feel like a lady, to make them want to be a lady. Sometimes you got to bring the femininity, the feminine parts of a woman out. Sometimes you got to earn the feminine parts of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's her loyalty, her love, her affection, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All the women. I never dated a weak woman. I never dated a woman with the weak personality. I never dated a woman. I never could be around a woman with like a crazy, just a personality that's not, don't stand out. Every woman I've been around have a strong personality. They strong individuals. Whether I'm with them or whether I'm not with them. You know what I'm saying? I like we love strong women with a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of love. We like an old fashioned woman, a woman who has a more old fashioned nature about herself. When you in the low, when we in the high vibrational stages, we look for a more old fashioned woman, not like our mothers. A lot of people want, think it's gonna be mama's boy or something like that. No, we want a woman that's more like our great grandmothers or our grandmothers. Because I told you, we have a very wise, very um quick way of thinking. We have a very different way of thinking. We want a woman that's more like the old lady that we grew up with across the street. We want a woman that have those personality traits, that have that same wisdom, that have that same nurturing, that have that same those rare characteristics that you can't find. We love those individuals like that. We love women like that. And I don't know why. For some reason, we a lot of women. A lot of times, I'm not trying to be crazy or anything. A lot of times we do find a lot of women that will have glasses for some reason. We do, a lot of us date women with glasses. We love women with glasses. We let us date women with glasses. Let me see. Yes, Marvin Gaye. Yeah, we love Marvin Gaye. Like even when I was little, like going through my stages, like people were already it was already older people molding me because they already see it. You know what I'm saying? The older people could already see it within the child. Like I was already people were already giving me the albums. Like people were still giving me vinyl albums. Remember the records or whatever. I'm gonna do one on that for y'all too, because I told y'all we gotta have fun one day. I'm gonna have some fun with y'all, and like people would give me like Ohio Players records, Marvin Gaye records, Earth, Wind and Fire records, because they could already see I had an old spirit, I had an old soul. You know what I'm saying? They already would they was already, making sure that that was nurtured. That part of me was nurtured. The musical different side of me was nurtured. Let me see, Uptown Saturday Night. Yeah, oh yeah, I love Uptown Saturday Night. That's one of my favorite movies. I love watching old school movies. Like yeah, we want that lady that we can sit and watch old school movies with, a woman that we can listen to music with, a woman that we can go out, that don't mind going outside, that don't mind cutting off the internet and just being herself, a woman that's herself, that don't mind being herself. You know what I'm saying? We love a woman with a more old school vibe to her, and most of the women that we are with have an old school personality. That's why a lot of women that we've been with have been through similar situations as us, have been through a lot of tragedies. A lot of women that have been through hell and back, women that have a certain wisdom, a certain understanding of life about themselves. Let me see. Yeah, Nina Simone, absolutely. Like I was listening, like when I was 7 years old, six. Like don't get mad at your Scorpio child. If you have a Scorpio child, don't get mad if you hear them listening to freaky dicky music. Or it's just part of our nature. We're not trying to be different. Like when I was small, I was listening to the freaky dicky R&B music. I was listening to the Jodeci. I was listening to like real like the genuine. I was listening to like like stuff that's really not meant for it wasn't meant for kids in my age group at the time. But I love stuff like that. I was listening to the Ghetto Boys with Scarface. I was listening to Bone Thugs. I was listening to uh Keith Sweat. I was listening to Keith Sweat, SWV. Like I would listen to stuff that really wasn't my age group. Like when other kids would listen to Sesame Street and all that stuff, I was listening to you know, BET, you know what I'm saying, with Donnie Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Not the new BET, but I'm talking about BET back in the day with Donnie Simpson. I was that was just me. Let me see. We love you, God body. You really appreciate you. All I appreciate you, y'all too. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Marzelli, what's going on? What's the latest book that I've read? Serene Joy said, "What's the latest book that I read?" The last book that I read was because I've been reading a lot of. I'm trying to give y'all a good one that would I would really want y'all to check out. Uh, I was reading this book called The Art of War, and I was reading this book, these old school books about like it's weird, so I don't want to be judged. Don't judge me. But I was reading books about like the psychology, the sexual psychology and things like that. I can't think of the exact name of the book, but it's like it has something to do with that realm. So don't judge me. I do have a different kind of way of looking at stuff. Let me see which one. Some of these right here. I'm a, this one on one I've been reading. I'm a minimalist, and I do a lot of stuff very differently. This one is alright. I want to give. I'm gonna go in my book collection and give y'all what I've really been reading, because I've really been, to be honest with you, I've really been reading like a lot of new authors. I've been reading like a lot of novels. I've been reading a lot of underground books. A lot of people that are not really known. A lot of stuff you can't even look up. Like I've been reading a lot of old stuff like that's deep in the attic type of books. Like I said, like one thing about us, we love information. We love knowing. We don't like guessing. We don't like thinking that we know. Our feeling that we know. We know that we know. Like we want to know. We want to be able to look it up and point it at a person. Like boom, there it is. I told you. It's right there. We'll not just grab one thing. We like grabbing multiple things to prove our point. Boom, there it is again. Boom, there it is again. So we one thing about us is we love facts. We love information. We love intelligence. Um, I've been reading so much stuff. Is I don't even be looking at the title sometimes. I be reading stuff about I be reading autobiographies. I've really been reading this book by Janice Gay, Marvin Gaye's wife. It's about the life of Marvin Gaye. It's like an autobiography. It's been a really good book. That's a really, 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 really good book. I really suggest it. I can't think of it right off the name of it, but it's a book about Marvin Gaye from his second wife, Janice. If all you got to do is look up Janice Gay, then you can find out the book. I definitely recommend that book. But at the same time, do your homework, and when you read the chapters, really think about it in retrospect and put it and think about it outside the box. Read it like a Scorpio would read it. Read it with understanding it's still one aspect, one mindset. So think about it. Once you look at the whole picture and read the book, you will get the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because she's still only one aspect of his life. So read her book, but also read the book by his brother Frankie. His brother Frankie also wrote a book that's really excellent. That I think even is even better than her book because it goes into the earlier stages of Marvin Gaye's life. So I think that's an excellent book. I've really been binge reading that. I don't know how I forgot the title, but I've really been binge reading that. It's really you can't put it down. Once you pick it up, you can't put it down. Um and I like reading stuff like this because, and one reason I like reading stuff, this particular book, because it shows the dramatic trauma of a successful tortured artist that went through a lot of different stages in his life that had so many different colors, that was a free spirit like myself. So it puts me in the mindset of knowing that somebody a lot older than me and generation before me, we know, went through, so many things and had so many different problems. And he just went through that man went through everything. That man went through a lot. So you got to read that book. You definitely got to read it. If you a Marvin Gaye fan, you got to read that book. That's I'm gonna just put it like that. Um, but look young, but have an old soul, but youthful at the same time. I think he enjoys my sense of humor. It's a humor a lot don't people don't get. Yeah, we love sense of humor that a lot of people don't get. That a lot of people would seem a little inappropriate. I like that. I like that Richard Pryor humor. I'm a very heavy Richard Pryor, listener. I like that Richard Pryor kind of uncut humor. Let me see. Yes, my Scorpio sons listen to old school all the time. Yeah, we love old school. Yes, I smile, but A New Earth is really good. Oh, okay. I got to check that out. It'd be so much I be wanting to say to a lot of y'all, but I know it's only but so much I could say in one video. But I do love and appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for all my new subscribers. You know, I know I don't really say this too often, but y'all make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all show some love. I love comments. I know I haven't put in a long time, but I love seeing y'all comment. Please make sure you comment. Uh, if you from, somewhere else, let me know where you from or something like that. Tell me something about yourself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I love reading the comments. I do answer back comments. Thank you so much, my friend Tasha. Thank you so much. Um, I said Tosh. Tosh. I don't think Tasha a moderator. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you so much, Taya. Thank you so much, Desiree, Isha, baby. Thank you so much, Sky 11 Hook, Goddess, my boy Wayne Jasper. Thank you so much. I told you I'm gonna start switching up the pictures because I had such a diversity. So I want to make it diverse. I'm gonna show different people from different places. And you for my pictures or whatever for the videos. I love y'all. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. Make sure you show that love. Make sure you donate. I really appreciate it. Big kisses, but pounds for all the brothers. Slap, slap, half fives. You know, understand when you talk about Scorpio evolving. There's so many aspects. There's so many different dynamics to that. Oh, okay. North Carolina definitely in the house. I love South Carolina. My homeboy that I told you that just passed away. He was from South Carolina, Chucktown representative. Charleston, West Virginia. Charleston. Shout outs to Charleston, West Virginia too, but shout outs to Charleston, South Carolina. Shout out to my people, all my peoples. NYC. Shout outs to all my peoples in VA, all my peoples in Texas, all my peoples in North Carolina, all my peoples in DC, you know, all my peoples in California, all my peoples all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I definitely much love. I love y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love South Carolina because y'all. One thing I really like about South Carolina and Louisiana, y'all understand how it go. Y'all understand how what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is in the deep dirty South. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all already know what's going on. I don't really got to explain too much to people down there. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little funny story about my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. He was from South Carolina. And he was from y'all know how y'all is. He was from Charleston, South Carolina. So when I first met him, I first ran across him. He had this accent called the Geechee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Had that dialect or whatever. So when I heard him, I like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was going to school. I like, where he from? He from Jamaica or the islands or somewhere? Cause he like the first thing I did, he like, he had this certain island. He probably be laughing at me now if he heard the story. I like, where you from? Jamaica? Where you from? Trinidad or something? He like Jamaica. He like, nigga, I ain't from no Jamaica. I'm from South Carolina. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. What are you talking about? You know how they talk real fast, that Geechee. I thought it was the funniest thing. I like, my bad, bro, my bad. I ain't mean nothing. He like, I'm from Chucktown. I'm from South Carolina, boy. What is wrong with you? He said we don't play like that. He was that was my dude. That was my boy. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my boy Twan. Definitely, man. Ain't never gonna be nobody like him. You know what I'm saying? Charleston, South Carolina. Y'all definitely got your own style. Y'all definitely different. That South Carolina dialect is almost. It sounds like a Jamaican. Almost. It's a thick. It's almost sound like a thick island African accent. It's like they never lost their culture. It's. I thought it was so cool. You know what I'm saying? It was different. But that was my boy. He finally he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He ended up doing something positive. He was always rumbling and knocking cats out and getting in trouble, but he finally got his head on straight. You know what I'm saying? That's my dude for life. You know what I'm saying? He not here, but it's nothing but love for him. You know, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Just realize when you're dealing with the a Scorpio, oh yeah, definitely the Chi Town in the house. Definitely. I got a lot of people from the South Side of Chicago. I got a lot of people from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people from deep down south. I got a lot of people from the island. So it's many different sides to God body. You know what I'm saying? It's many different. If you see a side that recognize that you see where you from, it's for a reason. It ain't just in your head. I'm gonna just tell you that much. It's not just in your head. If you hear it in my accent, it's definitely there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you should do a meet and greet, God body. Yeah, I definitely should think about doing that. I'm gonna have to. Geechee, I was typing while you was saying it. Yeah, definitely. I love and I appreciate y'all. You know, thank you so much. Always know when you talk about a Scorpio evolving, just know it's different sides. It all depends on who they are, where they from, you know what I'm saying, how they was raised, the experiences we go through, you know, that's all that's what makes us who we are. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for the love. I told y'all I had to bring something for y'all. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Peace.